Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like these guys are itchy for a new war, and it's actually much sooner than we anticipated. But in the Balkans everything can happen at any moment because of whether the tensions were, are and probably will be for a long time. Because you can't figure things out if you intervene from outside and try to fix things that you don't understand or you have interests and agendas, obviously. In this case, we have some problems here in Kosovo, and we have the Russians and NATO, where they will collide probably on a direct scale, or should I put it, in a direct way. There's not going to be a proxy war. I don't think it's going to be the Kosovarians against the Serbs, because NATO already stated that they will intervene if the situation is destabilized. And the Russians claim, and not claim, they stated that we stand by the Serbs. So this is face to face, is like two boxers, talking to one another before the fight. So I'm going to start with this article from Republic World, and that's August 1st, 2022. The title is "We Stand by Serbs. Russia averts full support for Serbia as border tensions flare up with Kosovo." And the other article that I have here is, and I'm going to probably start with it, it's short. It's from the same date, today, August 1st. Kosovo shuts crossing after Serbs block roads. So it's getting hot there. Air raid sirens were heard for more than 3 hours in the small town of North Mitrovica, inhabited mainly by Serbs. A year ago, after local Serbs blocked the same roads over license plates, Kosovo's government deployed special police forces and Belgrade flew fighter jets close to the border. Protesters also parked truck filled with gravel and other heavy machinery on roads leading to the two border crossings, Jarinje and Bernjak, in a territory where Serbs form a majority. Tensions between the two countries are now at their highest in years. Kosovo's fragile peace is maintained by a NATO mission, a defensive mission, right? Which has 3,770 troops on the ground. Italian peacekeepers were visible in around Mitrovica on Sunday. So NATO, the defensive alliance, has troops over there. Remember, they created this situation in the two countries. So we're going to look on the other article, the one with "We Stand by Serbs," and Russia has declared its full support for Serbia. You know what full support is? That kind of. As fresh tensions flared up between Belgrade and Kosovo, insisting that the rights of Serbs must be upheld. Yes, right? Everybody's rights must be upheld. Russia has declared its full support. Yes, it does, for Serbia as fresh tensions. And in a statement flare up. In a statement, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said, and I'm quoting, "We stand by Serbs living in Kosovo. We believe that," and in parentheses, "demands of Kosovo's authorities are absolutely unfounded," end quote, referring to Kosovo's authorities' attempt to impose restrictions on Serbians entering the territory and living in the northern region. Peskov's remarks follow Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova echoing similar sentiments and urged Pristina to stop provocations and uphold the human rights of Serbs living in the northern region. She urged the United States and the European Union, who are supporting Kosovo, to practice restraint, they will not, and observe the rights of ethnic Serbs living in Kosovo, they will not, but do not consider Pristina's authority to impose rules and regulations. The tension engulfed both sides after Kosovo announced new border rules for Serbs entering the country. Even though Kosovo declared independence in February 2008, the country is not recognized by Russia, China, Serbia, and the United Nations, UN in general. I know Romania doesn't. However, over 100 nations recognize Kosovo's sovereignty, so 100 out of 194, I think. The new borders rules were set to come into effect on Monday, but their implementation was delayed due to protests by Serbs in northern Kosovo who reject Pristina's move regarding license plates and IDs. According to the Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Kosovo's decision to, and I'm quoting, begin to use an ungrounded discriminatory rule on mandatory change of identification documents and car plates of the local Serbs from August 1st is another step to oust the Serbian population from Kosovo, to squeeze out institutions of the Kosovo Serbs, which defend the rights of ethnic Serbs from the arbitrariness of the Pristina radicals led by Prime Minister Albin Kurti, according to Russian news agency TASS. And I'm quoting, "The Kosovar leaders know that the Serbs will not stay indifferent when it comes to a direct attack on their freedom, and they are deliberately seeking to aggravate the situation to trigger a forced scenario. Normally, Belgrade is at the forefront of the attack, since the West is seeking to neutralize it by means of Kosovo Albanians," she added. I thought it was a spokesperson. Zakharova emphasized that such development is another evidence that the UN mediatory mission was unsuccessful. The Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson added, I'm quoting, "It is also an example of what the European Union thinks about the role of Belgrade, which, as a matter of fact, is supposed to put up with the deprivation of rights of its compatriots." Well, Russia is Serbia's ally and is already facing a global blah blah blah. We're not going to do the propaganda. And then we have here, authorities in Kosovo have also accused Serbia of fomenting unrest and trying to undermine the rule of law, and using a textbook repetition of Putin's playbook. Well, I'm pretty sure the Serbians want what they see as being theirs, which is Kosovo. What do you think? They're just staying over there and taking it like the Romanians will take it? No, that's why I like the Serbs, because they got this and they got this. Ukrainians asked to refrain from traveling to Serbia. Okay, we don't care about you guys. You have your own leaders telling you what to do over there. So mind your own business. This is another Ukraine proxy war. It was normal. It was a normal course, and I knew this would happen. And I tell you when I knew this. I knew this the moment Russia started to become stronger militarily and economically, and it did. So that's why it happened what happened in Ukraine, because it became too powerful, and it has powerful allies, which is in this case China. And not only China, but there are some other countries who that came out and said, okay, we are with you and so on, we want to join BRICS and so on. What's going to happen here? Russia will send some mission, but I don't know how they will do that, because as you know, Serbia, I don't think it has, how can you get to Serbia? I'm not sure that the Russians will be able to fly planes to Serbia, because remember when Foreign Minister Lavrov tried to do that and attend, I can't remember what exactly, it was a festivity or something in Serbia. The weasels, the vassal states are surrounding Serbia. They didn't allow the foreign minister to fly over. So then he said, that's unbelievable, and no. So you know what's going to happen. It's going to be hard for the Russians to transfer weapons or supplies in any way, but I'm not sure yet if that's the any. Yes, I wasn't 100% certain. I thought that Serbia was allowed a little corridor to the Adriatic Sea, but it doesn't have any corridor, so it's a landlocked country, which means The only thing you can do is come over the Danube River or other little rivers that they will not be allowed. So the Russians cannot really support Serbia in any way like that, unless they would do it through other proxies like China, or who knows if they decide to do anything. So NATO, on the other hand, has troops over there, has all the vassal states surrounding it, and the Serbs are not liked by those vassal states. Therefore, remember a few months ago, 2 months ago, Albania allowed NATO, which is /NATO states, to have a military base, military port, military on the Adriatic Sea, where they can immediately go and help with whatever is needed directly. The Albanians will give it to the Kosovarians, or Albanians, however we're going to call them. So I don't know how that's going to play. I don't know how Russia will be able to help Serbia if needed be, and it will be needed, that's for sure. I'm waiting to see how far. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to go that far. I have no doubts that this thing will explode into military, or in a military confrontation between Serbia and everybody else, and we'll find out. I feel sorry for everything was going on over there, but that happens when you do certain artificial stuff just to, you care for the Kosovarians in Serbia, and then you create that country, but then you don't care about the Serbs in Kosovo, which is kind of like the same scenario. And then you have these guys claiming, oh, it's Putin textbook. Well, maybe he learned it from you, if you go by that, because I think 1999 was before 2022. If you remember what happened in 1999, it was something that maybe Putin saw, but he couldn't do anything because he was not in power. It was unfortunately weak Yeltsin and weak Russia, and now it's not the same. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Russia is with Serbia, but I don't know how they will be able to support Serbia all the way. Look for the truth and be just.